This is another plastic repair video. This one's a little different than the one I posted about a week ago. This is from my snowmobile, which I'm in the process of putting back together, fixing after an accident that happened a couple years ago. I've got another video that goes over what happened and what the damage is. If you're interested in that, you can find a link to it in the description. But I've got the snowmobile completely taken apart, and this is the back end of my seat, and on the other side of this is a compartment you access from the very back. You can put tools and things like that in, and there are two holes here that should not be, and I'm pretty sure those are from mice. So it looks like there's some other holes, and these look factory to me because they're very uniform, but then some over here are like bigger. So I'm thinking that the mice just found several ways to get into that. There was a nest in this compartment at one time. Many years ago I eradicated them, but I was unaware of the damage underneath here. I do believe that some of these holes are perhaps drainage holes in case you get any snow or anything in there. So I'm not going to worry about these, but these big ones right here, yeah, I need to do some fixing on that. So to complete this job, I ordered some stainless steel mesh, which came with some filler rod. They're kind of like welding rods almost. So this is going to be similar to like TIG welding. So you cut out the mesh to the size that you need. You melt that into the remaining structure, and then you use the filler rod to fill in the gap. So it should be pretty straightforward. I probably don't have the best plastic melting or tool. I think one of those ones that looks more like a solder gun and has a big hefty flat end on it, usually triangle shaped, would probably be better, but I'm thinking that mine will get the job done. Now that said, before I dive into that, I do want to clear up something. In my last plastic weld video, somebody commented with totally good intentions that I didn't have the right type of mask to protect me from the outgassing. And they specifically mentioned that I should have a respirator and not just a filter. This is the mask that I was wearing. This is from the Miller Welding Company, and you can see it says here, designed for welding applications. This is a respirator. This isn't just a filter. This has a chemical filter in it. It has valves, so it goes, it's pretty much one directional, and it says here, provides 99.97 filtration of airborne particles and oil aerosols, specifically hexavalent chromium, zinc oxide, manganese, aluminum, cadmium, and lead. So this is a chemical filtering respirator. It's not just a like air mask. It's not something that we all got used to wearing recently. This is something a little bit better. Is it the best for plastic welding? I don't know, but I figure if it's good enough for regular welding, that it's probably close enough for how often I do plastic repair. It should protect me suitably. So with that said, I'm going to gear up and get ready, get set up out in the light, and see if we can start repairing some holes. I've cut out a square, just some regular scissors do the job. The nice thing about the mesh is that it is malleable, so you can fit it around objects. And I'll try the filler rod on one of these just to see, kind of get a feel for that process. But I may, even on these ones over here, just embed a screen just as a deterrent from this happening in the future. Oh, just a thought, to kind of save some work. But let's get this first one, see if we can get this first one kind of melted in.
Okay. Got you set up. I'm probably going to block you a little bit trying to do this, but I'll do the best that I can here. Alright, I'm pretty well there. Let's see here. Maybe get a corner started. It's kind of cool when it starts to melt in, you can really see it. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what we can do with some of this filler. Bring Alright, so I am having a little difficulty with the split in the middle. It tends to kind of melt through that, and then I get buildup on this other side. And that's where I think just one of those flat, like triangles that I have otherwise seen used would be advantageous. But overall, you can come see here, it really doesn't look too bad. So, definitely sufficient for what I need. Like I said, I'll probably leave a little bit open so there's some drainage, which I think was the intent. But I'm going to go ahead and put the mesh over the other ones, and I'll bring you back to show you the end result.
I have turned the seat over so that I could get to the bottom side here, and you can see I'm pretty much done with this one. I'm happy with that. I've got a little mesh sticking out, and again, it is stainless, so that'll be good for drainage. I added a square right here. That one was the easiest one, working with a flat surface. And this one, I still have a little bit to do, just filling in with some of the excess rod. But as I said before, I didn't think I had the best tool, and I was right. I have overheated my welding gun. I'm now on my third time that it has shut off on me, and I've run out of patience for letting it cool down. So I'm going to stop for right now and maybe finish this up. My first time it ran for quite a while, but since then, once it cools down and turns on, it only takes a couple of minutes before it overheats and shuts down again. So one of those soldering iron style ones with the flat foot would definitely be better. I may consider getting one of the cheapies, but I'm going to wrap this one up for tonight, let the gun completely cool down. But I'm very close. I'm minutes away from having this completely done. It's been a couple days, and I have made an acquisition. I decided to invest in one of these types of plastic welders. And this particular one, I will leave a link to it in the description. I got off of Amazon. It was under $30. I went back and forth between two different ones, both pretty well reviewed, but the other one, which came with a lot more stuff, but it only went up to 80 watts, and some of the comments mentioned that if it would do 100 watts, it could really do some of the harder plastics. It was generally pretty good, but just didn't quite get over the hump. This one is 100 watts, which should get hot enough. Came with this foot and this other one, which has a hole in it, which you can feed through these different rods. And they sent a whole bunch of different ones. There's nylon and a couple of different plastics, polyurethane, ABS, so a bunch of different ones. Pretty good kit. Also came with some wire mesh and some more filler rod, just some of the plain fillers. So I'm going to give this one a try. Anticipation that the this one will not overheat and shut off like my other one was doing. I think the other one does great for smoothing out plastic after you put staples in. I think that's what it was intended for. It wasn't intended for constant use the way I need on this particular application. So I don't begrudge the other one. It does what I have asked it to do. I just need something a little bit more in this case. So for the cost, I think it was a good investment. Of course, I should save my judgment until after I use it. So let me get my mask on and see how we do on see if I can refine some of these welds a little bit. This one looks good and I think is essentially done, but I may see if I can just smooth it out a little bit with the other one. This top one, I haven't done this corner down here yet, so I need to get to that, and then I need to just do some more filling all around except for a hole about right there.
I will do my best not to block you, but there's only so much I can do. Kind of right in the middle. Okay, so I will say one minor thing right off the bat is I would really like this cord to be longer. Really limits how far away you can get from a plug. This has a on, low, and high. I'm going to put it on high. It's supposed to heat up within about 3 minutes. Alright, so a couple of immediate observations. This one does not heat up as fast as the other one. It's not quite as instantaneous. So the other one takes, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds to start melting. This one takes a couple of minutes. But this one's going to stay on and not overheat as the other one did. At least, presumably. Okay, so, and having this flat iron is way easier to smooth things out, so that is a definite bonus. So, I don't know if you can really see the difference. Probably need to get some light on this. Give me a second. So this one has much smoother melting than this one. So this one was done entirely with the staple gun, which I will start calling it, and this one was done with the iron. And it may be hard to tell.
There's not drastic difference between the two, but there's a little difference to a very discerning eye. But But yeah, I think this was a good investment for under 30 bucks. That made pretty quick work of that. So yeah, I'm happy with how that turned out. So I think that pretty much wraps up another plastic welding video. I guess I will now look for a project where I can use that other foot and feed the thing through it, the rods through it, kind of like a hot glue gun is the general idea. But I don't need to do anything more on this one. So thanks for watching. I hope you found this educational or enjoyable at the very least. If you have any comments, please go ahead and put them down below. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Help me grow my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next one.